Everyone, it's been 2 weeks, so I just wanted to check in with a little update for you guys. Last time I checked in, I had told you guys that I had needed to go back for a second eye exam because when I got my glasses back from Warby Parker, I couldn't keep them on for more than 5 minutes without getting extremely nauseous. Um, I had a second pair of glasses made and it was not as bad, but it also wasn't right. So on Monday of this week, I went back in for a third exam. We basically did check my vision with these glasses that I'm wearing right now, and then basically just duplicated that prescription. And thankfully, Warby doesn't normally do this, but they made an exception. It turns out like chemo has really made it hard for me to adjust to even small changes in my vision adjustments. So we just went back to what was working, and I can see fine with these on. So yeah, I'm excited to get that third pair, and hopefully they'll work this time because I'm getting new sunglasses, and for running and stuff, those are just always a nice thing to be able to switch up my look. I love it. I have submitted all of my paperwork and medical documentation to the U.S. Paralympic Committee for classification consideration for the BAA 5K that's coming up in April. Obviously, it being an Olympic year, they're very busy because the Paralympics coincide with the regular Olympics. And so I'm sure they have tons of paperwork and stuff they're going through. So I haven't heard anything back from them yet, but hopefully I will soon. And hopefully I'll be able to get classified before April 13th when the BAA 5K takes place. Tonight, I will take my last dose of procarbazine, one of my oral chemotherapies, which will finish up my 5th of 6 cycles. This one's been a little brutal. It's definitely wiped out my energy more than anything. And I had a lot of nausea compared to previous cycles. But, I'm one step closer to the finish line, which is super exciting. I've been trying to ramp up my activity a little bit. I really hadn't been running earlier on in the cycle. Barely even walking, really, just mostly doing my PT exercises so that I wasn't backsliding in my mobility and proprioception. But yeah, it's gone pretty well. If I do a run, I definitely have to take a nap in the afternoon. And, it can really, really be frustrating to not be able to do what I used to be able to do. But, that's having a disability, and adjusting to being on chemotherapy is just something that I have to deal with to get to where I want to be. So over the next few weeks, I'll have blood work, and then I'll have an MRI and a check-in with my oncologist before I start the last chemotherapy cycle. And then hopefully I'll be done for treatment for right now. I won't be in remission or cancer-free. That's not a thing with my kind of cancer. No matter how much people tell me I'm going to beat it, I'll always have brain cancer. It's just trying to get it to a point where the growth is controlled, and hopefully I won't have to have treatment again until I'm, elderly. I got my tumor when I was a teenager. It took 30 plus years for it to grow large enough to give me any problems. So hopefully with these treatments and everything, I'll have a long time before I have to deal with it again. Also, on the last cancer note, several people that I know personally or just know through social media have reached out about their beginnings to go through their journeys with cancer or loved ones' journeys with cancer. And please feel free to reach out whenever. I really don't mind sharing everything that I've gone through and what my experience has been. Obviously, everyone reacts to everything differently, which I'm always sure to tell people, and to really speak to their doctors regarding their treatment plans. But, I can give them some firsthand experience of what it's like to go through, 30 days of radiation and 6 weeks of chemotherapy, multiple times. So, yeah, I really love being a resource for anyone. And I think a lot of times it can make things a lot less scary for people to see that, I'm still doing things I love and that kind of thing. My husband Joe has planned a few fun things for us for March. We're seeing first Bianca Del Rio, the drag comedian, at the Bosch Center on March 1st, and then Jimbo's Circus, which anyone that watched Canada versus the World or UK versus the World, Jimbo was just unbelievably hilarious on both seasons we saw them on. So we're really excited for both. We haven't seen either live, and I won't be on an active chemotherapy cycle, so it's a little less risky for me to be around the public, which will be nice, so I won't be stressed while I'm there. We're still waiting for a hearing for my disability appeal. My lawyer has submitted all medical documentation and everything. My kind of cancer should be an automatic qualifier, so there should be no reason why they had denied me in the first place. So we're trying to get an expedited hearing so that, I haven't had income since October of 2022. You guys have really kept us afloat and, helped things be a lot less stressful, but that money is finite, and I normally bring in half of what supports our household. So that would just take a lot of stress off us and, give me a little bit of time to recover from my chemotherapy treatments before I think about what work is going to look like for me going forward. I definitely feel like I'm going to need to start part-time just to build up my stamina. There's no way I could stand on my feet for 8 hours a day like I used to and, just crank people all day long. So I have lots of options, and people have reached out and stuff, which I appreciate. I will let anyone know when I'm ready. And I know my clients will be super excited to see me. So I can't wait to be back behind the chair and get back to my life. I love you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care.